Welcome to the talk show, the Legit Talk series with me, Dr. Zui here. Yes, and today I am so happy that after a very good long time, after having a lot of chats and a lot of some settings with the speaker today, finally we have the session today. I am literally a little bit nervous and also excited. I mean, it's mixed feelings. And this is the Booklet Guy. I mean, a lot of followers are there who are having his app and they are really fond of reading the summaries of every book. It's really nice to find such people and see their missions, what they want to do in their lives. So I think Amrut Deshmukh is one of the person from us who is doing such an amazing job. And I'm so happy that we will be talking today with him and he will be sharing his journey with us. So I'm really happy, guys, to have you here. And now I'm going to connect and send the request to Amrut. I hope it goes well. So let's know the unknown, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Zui. Thank you so much for
Thanks to
for
you.
considering me as a deserving candidate to talk on your show, The Legit Talks. Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for accepting the request. I know we have been back and forth on this topic, like when to do, what to do, how to do it, but somehow we are here today on 3rd of June talking about your journey, talking about
Yes.
the only booklet guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Very
It looks
excited.
very different. You're going to walk and talk, it seems, with us.
Maybe, yeah, I'm standing here. So when I get too excited, I stand. I stand. So even while I'm basically a physical guy, so it's
Yeah.
quite paradoxical that a voracious reader is more of a physical guy. So I read while I'm walking as well. So I don't like to sit down and just,
That's
I hardly rest.
awesome.
I hate to rest. Yeah.
That's really awesome. You're very like energetic, it seems, today. So I think we are going to hear a lot of energetic facts also about you.
Awesome. Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, so there are a lot of people who don't know you, and maybe there are people who know you, but still we need an
Hmm.
introduction. So can we have that?
Booklet Guy is not a brand. Booklet Guy is not a celebrity. Booklet Guy is not a motivational speaker. Booklet Guy is not a TED Talk speaker.
Okay.
Booklet Guy is not a life coach. Booklet Guy is not a content creator. Booklet Guy is a stupid reader, a avid, voracious, crazy book lover, a bibliophile, okay, but of its own kind, who doesn't want to keep all the advantages of reading habit with himself. So it's no more a hobby for him, but use it for the bigger purpose, for the higher purpose, to give it to the entire all the brothers and sisters of India and make India read. Because I have found the power of reading habit, and I want every person of my country to cultivate reading habit. So Booklet Guy is a guy who has a burning desire to cultivate the habit of reading amongst the youth of India, like you guys, and hence he is on mission Make India Read. And Booklet app is one stupid excuse to keep books relevant in your daily routine. I don't stand for Booklet app. I stand for the higher purpose of reading habit.
True that. The ultimate vision, obviously, to make India read. That's really awesome. And something exciting about you? Like, there are any other new projects and new ideas coming in your mind to do?
A lot. Doing things differently is my childhood problem, and every now and then I try to bring something new in Booklet app or in my own reading habits. Uh, so I learned one idea from the book "So Good They Can't Ignore You" by Carl Newport. So good they can't ignore you by Carl Newport. अच्छा मैं अभी बहुत सारे बुक्स का नाम लूंगा during the talk. So needless to mention, I will not mention it again and again that I have summarized them in
Yeah.
Booklet app and you guys can read or listen to them. So needless to mention that. And Carl Newport gave me a very good idea of how to come out with innovative ideas. Okay, so what we do is the mistake that most of us, including me, do is we draw inspiration from the people of our own field.
Yeah, right.
If I want to be a cricketer, my obvious source of inspiration is Sachin or Virat. If I want to be a batsman, right?
Yeah.
If you had started with a podcast idea on YouTube or on Instagram, then immediately study all other YouTubers, the podcasters,
Yeah.
and take the best from them.
Yeah.
But there is a problem with this approach. There is nothing wrong in it, but then we end up taking those ideas or those styles and those methods which are already established, and then
Yeah.
we complain, oh, I don't stand out in the crowd, I'm lost.
It's just kind of a
Yeah.
repetition.
Yeah, yeah. So drawing inspiration is not a problem. So what he says is, you draw inspiration from areas which are no way related to your field,
Yeah, right.
and that will make you stand out in the crowd. So if you want your podcast to stand out from the thousands of podcasts on YouTube, then maybe combine blockchain with your podcast, or take inspiration from jugglers
Yeah.
and try to weave it in your podcast, or Mr. Bean,
Yeah.
it is no way related to your so
Not at
I'm
all.
just giving you some random example. In fact,
Yeah.
randomly, we think that हैरी पॉटर में इतना J.K. Rowling ने कुछ सोच के वो इतना imaginative world बनाया. You know what? When she was writing a book, the first Harry Potter story, वो झाड़ू सामने पड़ा था और उसने सोचा कि चलो हैरी पॉटर को झाड़ू पे उड़ाते.
Right.
Is that random?
Yeah.
We think there is some methodology. No, random ideas, and try to find association with your own venture and see. Of course, 8 out of 10 will be crap.
Yeah.
They won't be executable, but 2 will be the ones which will stand out from the crowd. So the best way to have great ideas is to have many ideas,
Yeah.
and then throw 80% of them into trash,
Yeah.
and you'll get 2 gems out of it.
Wow, such an amazing lines. I mean, being different is, I think, one of the most trendy thing now. I think because when you are different, people notice you more. They learn about you more, and there is a different perspective of people towards you. I mean, though they don't say कि यार ये तो वही कर रही है जो सब कर रहे हैं. It's like, no, I'm doing something different.
Yeah.
That's amazing, right? Thank you so much for this. I mean, firstly, I want to know, how did you come up with this name, the Booklet Guy?
Oh, again, thanks to books. All the problems and solutions that I found during the journey, the source is books and authors.
Yeah.
And there is one interesting book on marketing called Biology. So it's B-U-Y, Logy.
Okay.
Biology, yeah. I failed to recollect the name of the author, I'm sorry. And what he said was that we at the surface level look at the sellers or producers with a very macro view. We don't get into the details. I'll give a very good example. I have a restaurant right next to my house called Suraj Hotel.
Okay.
And for last 10 years it's there. Okay. And when there is somebody asks me what is the name of that hotel, I say Suraj Hotel. And when I asked all my friends who visit Booklet House regularly, who belong to this area, that what is the name of that hotel? Suraj Hotel. But actually, last week I realized the actual name is Suraj Veg Street.
Oh.
Suraj Veg Street. Now, did you get my point?
Yeah.
So when we are consumers, we just look at the surface level, upar ka dekhte. We don't get into the details. But from producer's point of view, he must be talking to all his family members and clients. My hotel is Suraj Veg Street.
Yeah.
But we don't get into the details.
No. Right.
So how I drew inspiration and knowledge from this particular idea is that people don't categorize or get into details. They will not get into the details. So for them, booklet app, Amrut Deshmukh alag hai, app alag hai, reading alag hai, books alag hai. No, they will look at me as a general view कि ये कुछ books में कुछ करता है, कुछ पागल लड़का है मुंबई का जिसने पूरी जिंदगी और अपनी हर एक सांस न्यौछावर कर दिए for books and reading habit, right?
Yeah.
So why not blend app and me myself.
Really? Yeah.
And then came Booklet app, Booklet Guy. Exactly, it's the same thing happened that I expected.
Okay.
Sometimes now it's actually Booklet app and Booklet Guy, but then people say, "Oh,
The
Booklet
Booklet
Guy
Guy.
app है ना, वो download करो." हाँ. So actually Booklet Guy app नहीं है. Booklet Guy तो मैं हूँ. But that's what. I think it's been proved. The idea has been proved
Yeah.
that Booklet Guy, Booklet app, Mission Make India Read सब एक ही है.
Yeah.
But now we so-called highly educated people like to categorize everything. Try to divide it into two.
Yeah.
He is non-vegetarian, he is vegetarian. ये मोदी है, ये anti मोदी है. ये genre leadership का, ये genre fiction का है. No, after it's a book.
Yeah.
Okay? Read few pages. If that excites you, continue. If it doesn't excite you, just change the book. That's my approach.
Yeah, but people actually say this. He is a booklet guy. The app is different and guy is totally different. His name is Amrut.
Okay.
And for me also, I was like, the booklet guy. Okay, one of my friend who suggested me actually about you, and she said like he has an app which is called as the Booklet, and he's a guy who does that. And I was like, okay, he's a booklet guy.
Oh.
Even I said that.
Okay, awesome.
But it
So that's
collaborates
a
everything.
great news for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
You are
I
finding the
like
details
that.
in me. That's a great thing. That's more welcoming.
But
so
I
there are some
must
funny
tell
stories
you-
regarding this name.
Yeah, I must tell you
Very
that
funny
app
story I
is
would like to-
amazing. App is really amazing.
Thank you.
It summarizes
Thank
and
you so much.
like we people we are so lazy sometimes. 200 300 पेजेस का बुक कौन पढ़ेगा यार? लेट्स समराइज ना, देखते हैं क्या है, फिर देखेंगे बुक पढ़ के क्या होता है. So your app has helped so many readers out there. Even if they're not readers, they love it just because of the application, because it is summarized version. And it's really awesome that people have made things easier for them to do and also to listen and to hear. I mean, your app is one of the treat for us. Thank you so much for this application and being the booklet guy, the representative of the booklet app. So I want to know that fun thing, by the way.
So I was invited in Gujarat. There was some 1,000 students in Saurashtra College. And you know, those Gujarati people have that accent. Instead of cash, they will say case. Instead of hall, they will say hole. And the guy was introducing me. And welcome, Amrut Deshmukh, the booklet gay. The booklet gay. And I repeated booklet gay. And nobody is laughing except me in the entire auditorium. So thank God nobody understood the joke. I think the video is still there on YouTube. I wish to edit it.
No, but it's really funny because my mother is like half Gujarati and half Maharashtrian. So whatever she says, like passion, it's not passion, it's like passion. And then it's not fine, it's fine. I was like, okay, fine, mom, I understood your language. It's different, but they only get it. It's funny for us though, but it's a nice story.
Right.
I can relate to that. Okay, so I want to know, giving a talk, being on TED Talks. Okay, I know you're not a celebrity. Don't take that on you. But still, you were on TED Talks and you were on those talks. After being such successful person, can you tell me what is your experience being a booklet guy and representing the app?
See, let us first rectify what is achievement or success. See, for me, success is a feeling and it's a daily affair.
Yeah.
It's a daily affair, okay? Sachin can't carry forward even one single run from the century that he made in the last match.
Right.
He can't. He has to start from zero, right?
Obviously.
So I can't dance on my past laurels just because I have read 1,000 books. Now I'll be known as booklet guy forever. No, I am as good as my last performance. I'm as good as the last summary that I made for India. I'm as good as the last recording that I made, or the audio recording that I made for India. I'm as good as the last app update that came on Play Store or Apple Store.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that keeps us grounded. That my life, ये life जो word इतना use किया जाता है ना आजकल, it's overused nowadays.
Yeah.
And we think that life is the time duration between birth and death. No. That's the most flawed way of looking at life, because the past days till yesterdays, since I was born till yesterday, the yesterdays are dead.
Yeah.
It's no more part of my life.
They do not
tomorrows
exist
are unborn.
actually.
Exactly. and tomorrows are unborn. They are yet to
Yeah.
come. So what is left is today. So
Present
my
moment.
life begins at 5:30 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
when my eyes open and ends at 9:30 at night when I go to bed.
Yeah.
So those waking hours for today is life,
Yeah. Right.
right?
Very much
And
right.
hence, the books that I've already read are gone. हो गया उसका काम. Is the next book that I'm going to read
Yeah.
tomorrow, right? And so my achievement is that the books that I've read
Mm-hmm.
and TED Talks, Josh Talks, media coverage, these are just acknowledgements of my achievement.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are not achievement. Yeah? Because I read these books, these people come to me
Mm-hmm.
and take interest, right?
Right.
It's not the other one. You should not. And you know what? Few months ago, this shelf was full of trophies and mementos and certificates.
Oh.
I just got rid of all of them when I realized that no, I can't rest on my past laurels. That
True
will
that.
know. उससे मेरे दिमाग में हवा जाएगी. I removed and I've decided not to retain any single trophy or memento or whatever I get. I
Yeah.
just discard it as soon as possible and then make some room for more books as well.
Awesome. Sometimes I do think that these trophies and this whatever you get in an honor, it distracts you from your mission also sometimes, right? It says like it these are the definitions of my success. No, you don't even know what success is. If a person is not a morning walker, if he stands up in the morning time 5:30 and goes for a walk, I mean it's a success for him. And it's that moment. Okay, and even if he does it in a very different way the next day, that is also a biggest achievement for him. So the talk show that I'm running is all
Yeah.
about this and telling people that मुझे तुम्हारा success journey या achievements या तुमने क्या किया है क्या नहीं किया वो मुझे नहीं चाहिए. How do you live? How are you going to inspire people? What are your learnings? And how are you going to pass that learnings to others so that they can be helped by your journey? And they said like, no, dude, I don't have
Very good.
anything to count on. And I was like, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए कि तुम्हारा डिग्री क्या है तुमने क्या पढ़ाई की है किसको क्या बताया है. But the thing is, your journey is supposed to inspire other humans so that they should wake up from the bed and say, okay, I have a purpose. मैं कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ आज. And I think the statements that you have given right away, awesome. Living in the present moment is the thing. Past उसमें तुम successful हो या whatever is bad happened to you, just take that bag, throw it away, and stay in the present moment. And how you are going to become successful in this moment, it matters, right?
Right.
I really love the bookshelves
You,
though.
you,
No
you,
trophies
you
there.
use a very beautiful phrase that these are distractions.
Yeah.
The success is sometimes disguised as distraction.
Yeah.
I would like to share a very interesting anecdote or experience that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, these were occupied by trophies,
Mm-hmm.
and then I realized कि जिसकी वजह से trophies आ रहे हैं, उसको मैं
वही
हटा रहा
नहीं है.
हूँ books को, है ना? And then I
Right.
got my mistake. So it was 2019,
Mm-hmm.
just before COVID.
Okay.
I got a call from an institution
Mm-hmm.
and they said that we want to award you as Youth Icon
Okay.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
I said, wow, great news, thank you so much. So when is the event? The event was in Pune. I live in Mumbai,
Yeah.
and the date was 2 weeks later, which was at a very short notice.
Mm-hmm.
And my schedule was planned for Nagpur,
Mm-hmm.
a very backward area in Nagpur.
Mm-hmm.
एक उस म्युनिसिपैलिटी की स्कूल थी,
Okay.
उस पे छप्पर भी नहीं है, टूटे हुए दीवार है, और बच्चों में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स थे, बहुत सीरियस प्रॉब्लम्स थे, लाइक गुटखा एंड सिगरेट के
Yeah.
बैड हैबिट्स.
Mm-hmm.
And the principal had invited me to talk, to inspire them,
Mm-hmm.
about reading, so that automatically बाकी के bad habits चले जाएंगे.
Yeah.
And I had made a commitment for them for a particular date, and that date was clashing with the award ceremony date.
In Pune.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I immediately said, sorry, I can't come to your award ceremony.
Mhm.
And they said, why? नहीं, वो मेरा ऑलरेडी कमिटमेंट है, 1 महीने पहले ही हुआ है. आई एम गोइंग टू नागपुर टू इंस्पायर दोस
Kids.
students.
Mhm.
And then he said, but it's an award, it's a big award. You'll miss out. I said, yeah, I agree, but then जिसकी वजह से आप मुझे अवार्ड दे रहे हो, वो छोड़ के अगर मैं अवार्ड लेने आऊंगा, तो I think I'm a big failure.
Not committing
And
to
you know what
your
happened?
mission.
So I did not attend the award ceremony. The award was not given to me, but they made sure on the next year, I was declared as Youth Icon
Wow.
2020, and they gave me the award during the lockdown. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's how people should see now. Because if they would say like, "अरे ये तो आया ही नहीं है, so why do we need to like praise him?" No, like ऐसे क्यों बताना है कि इसने कुछ किया है करके. But still, they really understood your mission, and you know that how important it is to giving a commitment, to having a commitment to yourself and to the mission. अगर वहां तुमने कट कर दिया या फिर वहां से तुम कोई और ट्रैक पे चले गए, it can take you to a very dangerous life. I mean, you would be
Correct.
just waiting for the award functions to happen. तुम्हारा distraction इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है. You become very egoistic also sometimes. You have that proud on your face all the time, and you don't give this importance to such kids जो नागपुर में थे waiting for you. So it's really
Right,
nice
right.
that
And
you're so
kind of-
humble.
It was so tempting. See, somewhere there was selfish Amrut कि अरे यार एक label लग जाएगा, youth icon, वाह हो जाएगी.
Yeah.
But then always, it was Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, and he says a very beautiful line that between stimulus and response, there is a space. So
Yeah.
stimulus and response, there is a space.
Yeah.
In that space, there is a pause button. In that pause button lies your freedom to choose your response.
Right.
And in your response, there is everything: your happiness, unhappiness, success, no success, anger, smile, everything.
Yeah.
So whenever we take a pause and then think, our response is quite different from what it would have been if you were impulsive.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So that
Awesome.
I took a pause. I took a pause on the phone call, and my response was different.
Amazing. I mean, people are not like that. Someone is like, okay, ठीक है ना, चलता है. You need to think also sometimes. You need to go in a deeper meaning of what you're doing actually. And it's really awesome that you are aware of the situations and you are taking that pause and you have done such an amazing thing for those kids in Nagpur. Basically, I'm also nearby Nagpur only, so it would be
Oh,
nice
wow.
that if you would be here and we would have done a talk show here itself.
Sure. Inshallah, I'll be there. Inshallah.
Awesome. We would love to have you here, all the readers. Okay, I want to know, this is really a curious question. I always had this thing in my mind to ask you. When did you actually connect to this book world? And what was the first book that you ever read?
Oh, my first book?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was probably, it was a Marathi book given to my mom, late mom, she's no more.
Sorry for that.
Shamchi Ai by Sani Guruji.
Okay.
A very famous Marathi Sahityik, and it's a beautiful short stories between mother and son,
Yeah.
and through stories how they give great morals, family morals, ethics. So it's a very famous author in Marathi literature. That was my first book gifted by my mom.
Wow.
But I think जब से होश संभाले हैं, when I understood the power of parallel education, that
Yeah.
School education is not enough. I have to educate myself through
Yeah.
these general books or which are not part of our school and college syllabus.
Yeah.
It was 10th, after my 10th exams, my elder brother came to me during the summer vacations and said that you should start reading non-fiction. बहुत हो गया वो story books. अभी तुम बच्चे नहीं रहे हो. So my brother is more of a fatherly figure because he is 12 years elder to me. So it's not a typical fighter sibling. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. मैंने वो बोलेगा चुपचाप सुनने का. He is a dad.
More caring.
And yeah. तो मैंने बोला कि क्या होता है non-fiction? I had no clue
First
what is
question.
non-fiction.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because I was a naive reader. As a child, you think books means only stories and those pictures and big fonts.
That's what we are taught about, no, in the school. Books यही होती है.
Yeah, in fact, for many years, I thought that Anonymous is the name of a famous poet. ऐसा लगता था मुझे. कि यार ये बड़ा नाम है, अच्छा सा नाम है Anonymous.
किसका नाम होगा?
Greek author रहेगा, हाँ कोई.
Funny.
So, yeah, so he said non-fiction books ऐसे होते हैं जिसपे stories नहीं होता है, but you get to learn a lot from these books. मैंने बोला फिर तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ पिछले 10 साल से तो आई एम लर्निंग फ्रॉम इन माय स्कूल्स राइट
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
why need these books he said no these things are not taught in schools and colleges I said why
That's the
that
thing.
was the shock of my life I thought this is complete education and I asked him why and he cutely said I don't know because he was also too young to answer
So
this
answer,
question
yeah.
but then, so during the entire conversation, his hand was behind the back. He was
Okay.
hiding something,
Okay.
and he then gifted me my first non-fiction book. I wish I could show it to you, but finding the book in my house is a big task. Uh, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh,
The book, my first non-fiction book, self-help book.
even mine.
And after reading that book, oh, you
दिमाग,
too?
yeah, दिमाग उड़ गया था literally. I hated school. And I said I was right.
Exactly.
School was pointless for me because it has never given me any motive to go to live a life. I mean, it was all fraud to me. The reality
Exactly,
showed.
same feelings, same feelings. I went mad on my parents, my teachers. कि पिछले 10 साल के एजुकेशन में you did not even bother to discuss about money matters.
Yeah.
That
Just
forget about
surviving
those
for that, I
terms,
guess.
passive income, active income. I was a firm believer that rich people are smarter than us. They are destined.
Yeah.
They have some secret formula of making millions of
Yeah,
rupees.
they are born
This was
intelligent
like
kind of a thing.
and then suddenly you say that you should start earning money for the family and you don't talk about it for 10-15 years. I
Yeah.
thought कि मैंने कुछ बड़ा miss किया है. Formal education is important but it is not 100%.
Yeah.
And then came the monk who sold his Ferrari, Chanakya
Awesome books.
Niti, Think and Grow Rich,
Yeah.
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie,
Yeah.
Alchemist, Paulo Coelho, Who Will Cry When You Die, again Robin Sharma, Sudha Murthy, and there was no looking
Amazing
back.
authors. Yeah.
I realized that the more I know, the more I come to know that there is a lot that I don't know.
Right. That is like very true. Whatever you said, I have experienced it. But I think you were the first who would like not first, but you were the one who experienced this thing at a young age, like after 10.
Yes.
मुझे तो
Yes.
ये shock after 25 years लगा है. Because I have
Okay.
been that doctor kind of a person, always being in that doctor books and learning about
Right.
human anatomy and all of that stuff. And when I came out of that, it's like opening a door to the new world, the realistic world. People say तुम्हारा लाइफ तब शुरू होता है जब तुम ग्रेजुएशन करने जाते हो. I was like मेरा लाइफ अभी शुरू हो रहा है ग्रेजुएशन होने के बाद, एक बुक पढ़ने के बाद जिसमें मुझे रियलिटी दिखी कि
Right.
जो इंसान पैसे के लिए सब कुछ कर रहा है उसको पैसा ही नहीं सिखाया जा रहा है. देयर इज नो डेफिनेशन ऑफ मनी स्कूल में. व्हाई नॉट
Right.
वी आर डूइंग दिस फॉर दिस ओनली, लाइक टू अर्न मनी एंड टू हैव अ हाउस, टू गिव दैट मनी टू योर पेरेंट्स. एंड फिर तुम लोगों को लगता क्यों है ऐसा कि यार ये नहीं करना चाहिए था और अभी तो मेरे सारे साल वेस्ट हो गए. बट आई टुक इट इन अ पॉजिटिव वे. आई सेड ठीक है, कुछ तो सीखा. कहीं तो कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस किए, कुछ वेस्ट नहीं हुआ. बट द थिंग इज आई वाज द चोजन वन कि मुझे वो बुक मिली सम ऑफ द अदर वे एंड आई रेड इट एंड माय आईज ओपन्ड. सो दैट वाज यस आई थिंक बहुत सारे लोगों की फर्स्ट नॉन फिक्शन बुक वही होगी, रिच डैड पुअर डैड. Very much true, because I saw a comment also here. Someone said कि almost like everyone first non-fiction book is Rich Dad Poor Dad, 100%.
Yeah. And it's written so interestingly. पहले
Yeah.
अरे इसके दो बाप थे. And then you get अरे curious दो बाप कैसे हो सकते हैं? And then the story starts, right? Yeah.
I think that is the one who told me that you're not supposed to be a slave of someone doing a job or something. It told me, that book told me that I can be an entrepreneur. So why not be that? Why do I need to invest my 9 to 5 hours जो मैं पहले से बहुत साल कर चुकी हूँ, वापस से वही गलती क्यों करूँ? So I started this talk show on the basis of that teaching. So it's awesome. Thank you so much for remembering that thoughts about Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Amazing. I want to know, it's curious question once again. What is your go-to category of books? So if you're back from some work and you want to hand a book in your hand, so what would be the first pick?
See, I don't read one book at a time. Okay, I have 5 to 7 books I carry 5 to 7 books everywhere.
Wow.
If it's not possible, then I have thousands of PDFs
Yeah.
in my mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 Kindles
Thousands?
gifted by. I have 3 Kindles
Uh-huh.
gifted by booklet readers, all the voracious readers of We Should Make India Read.
Yeah.
Uh, so I don't give too much of importance to the book,
Mm-hmm.
but to the pages. To the pages. For
Yeah.
me, each page is a book,
Yeah.
and if I don't find anything exciting
Mm-hmm.
after reading 10 pages, no, there is no harm in switching the book, because
Yeah.
now I'm not loyal to the book. I'm loyal to the ideas,
Right.
the thoughts, to the
But people
experiences of that
say कि
author.
अगर कोई book पकड़ा है तो उसको खत्म करना चाहिए. And I mean, I was,
Absolutely wrong.
what is that? I didn't
Absolutely wrong.
understand. There is this one book. I think it's named as Fifth Mountain by Paulo. And I was like, I can't read this book. I don't want to read this book. 3 से 4 pages में I was literally bored and I thought there is no point in reading and I'm not getting anything out of it. So I dropped it. And I shared this thing to one of my friends and she said like, क्यों यार? At least you started, you have to finish it. Because it will be a disrespect to your thing and also to the book. It's like, I didn't like the
Okay,
book.
I got the point. Now, the answer that I'm going to give to you, you have to clip this answer and show it to your friend,
Yeah.
or ask her to watch this on IGTV.
Yeah.
You have to ask her,
Mm-hmm.
give a counter question to her.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Your friend's name?
I don't want to discuss that.
Okay,
Just
fine,
a friend.
fine. Never mind.
Yeah.
So ask her, suppose she's watching a movie on TV or on Netflix. किसी दोस्त ने recommend किया, अरे बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर है, Thugs of Hindustan, for example. You recommend Thugs of Hindustan, and she starts watching just because Dr. Zui has recommended so enthusiastically. She's watching for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, से हो क्या रहा है? I had left that movie halfway in the interval.
Yeah.
जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा पाप क्या होगा, तो थिएटर में जाके मैंने वो पिक्चर देखी थी, दोस्तों को मैंने recommend की थी और जो मुझे चप्पल पड़ी थी उसके बाद. Now, did she say, oh, I left Amir Khan's movie half watch. I've insulted Amir Khan. I'm a bad movie watcher.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with me.
Oh my
No,
God.
you don't say these things. I think you get my point.
Yes.
And your friend, the nameless friend, that no. Now there are two ways why we distinguish between movies and books.
Yeah.
When it comes to books, suddenly we take it too seriously.
That's true.
And
That's
my
true.
first habit, I've written a book. I've written a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers. If you could allow, I'll just show the cover of the book.
Please, right away.
Yeah. So it says the 7 habits, the 7 habits of highly effective readers.
Wow.
Not written by Stephen Covey, written by me,
Awesome.
the Booklet Guy. So my favorite author is Stephen Covey. So as a tribute to him,
Okay.
I adapted his name and replaced it by readers instead
Amazing.
of people.
Yeah.
So I hope it is visible.
Yeah, very much.
I hope it's not a mirror image. Okay.
It is a mirror image.
So the first habit is very interesting. Don't take reading too seriously. What do I mean by this is, if something is important to you, don't make it special.
Yeah,
Make it casual. Because habits are casual.
right.
You take any of your daily habits, chatting on WhatsApp, gossiping, watching music, Bachcha's music on YouTube. No, these are also casual and hence habitual. And once they become habitual, they are casual.
Yeah.
So it's a virtuous circle, right?
Oh my
But
goodness.
so when it comes to books, you make it so special. कि नहीं have to read word to word, page to page. No, नहीं पढ़ा, वो पहली वाली बुक खत्म नहीं की और दूसरी ले रही हो.
It happens with me every time. Yeah, shit. I cannot take that casual. I always take it as an important thing. Like, no, it has to be done right away.
Correct. And by casual, I do not mean बाजू पे म्यूजिक चल रहा है और पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Not that casual. You have to read with full focus.
Yeah.
But if you lose interest after reading 10-15 pages, it's okay. It's okay to leave books half read.
Yeah.
I have left hundreds of books half read and I don't feel guilty about it because even if I quit the book, I don't quit reading.
Obviously, right.
Reading is more important, right? I'll try to convince you through an analogy. Suppose there is a seminar in the physical world.
Okay.
I know it is even hard to imagine after 2 years of lockdown. But imagine
Oh
that
my
it's a
God.
physical seminar. There are 1,000 people in the auditorium. You are part of the audience, and the speaker comes, takes charge of the podium, and starts delivering his speech.
Yeah.
And he has no great body language.
Okay.
He is lacking the charisma.
Okay.
No expert domain knowledge on the topic. पका रहा है हाँ, वो तो एकदम boring. So what will you do as part of the audience? अरे यार कौन लेके आएगा इसको कितना पका रहा है? Yeah, and either your favorite instrument will come out of your pocket and your fingers will start dancing on the screen.
Yeah.
या फिर no पतली गली से
निकलो.
निकल जाओगे. I mean, this is a bomb. This is also Mumbai language. I don't know. पतली गली से means
Yeah,
to
wait.
escape. Yeah. Now coming to the point. If the same person who was delivering the lecture writes a book and somehow it lands in your hands, oh, I have to read word to word.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Now, he is the same person, same message, perhaps
Yeah.
the same message. He's not going to speak the opposite.
Yeah.
वहाँ पे हाँ और यहाँ पे ना नहीं होने वाला. Same person, same message, but our whole approach towards the message changes when the medium changes.
Yeah.
How silly is that?
True that. Right. Very
अगर
much
किसी का
right.
भाषण नहीं अच्छा लगा तो जबरदस्ती ताली बजाऊंगा क्या? नहीं बजाना है भाई. Right? We have clear leaders today. No, इस एक का भाषण अच्छा और एक का भाषण इतना बुरा है. And we know what happens on social media.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to leave books half read. Come on, chill. See, if you lose interest after reading 15 pages, at least you come to know what kind of books I should not read.
Yeah.
वो तो problem solve हुआ.
At least one thing you learned about yourself, that you are not interested in these kind of books, so don't buy them again.
It's a good news.
Saving money.
So I hope your friend will now get convinced. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to tell her once again for an hour, I guess. तू भी पढ़ना चाहती है,
So now
पढ़,
that
नहीं पसंद आता है तो छोड़ दे बहन.
So after this discussion, अभी category, genre, इससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
No, books are just
फर्क नहीं
books.
पड़ता.
It's a world. Whatever you
Just
like,
test
just
it,
read
yeah.
it. Amazing.
जैसे YouTube वीडियो 2 मिनट देखा, ठीक है अच्छा लगा तो आगे बढ़ेंगे वरना next वीडियो.
True. Just like that, do with the books also. It's not a disrespecting thing. I understood that right now. Thank you so much for this. Okay. How do you?
Even if you lose interest while reading my book,
Okay.
it is my problem, not your problem.
True that. Oh my God. वो author की गलती है यार. Interesting नहीं बनाया.
Yeah.
No, but I want to say this one thing. I recently started this interest in reading books, and there are people who says कि जो सिर्फ एक कैटेगरी का अगर बुक पढ़ता है तो वो बुक रीडर नहीं है. And I came across with one of this conversation with some person. I don't want to tell the name once again. No names here. But that person totally ऐसे clarified ऐसे मेरे सामने कि the person who read only self-help books or maybe one specific category of books is not called as a book reader. A book reader is the one who engulfs everything. जो भी है पूरे बुक वर्ल्ड में वो सब वो पढ़े, उसी को हम लोग असल बुक रीडर बोलेंगे. So if there is a person who is just started reading, जो खुद को डेवलप करने के लिए होते हैं सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट बुक्स, like whatever there are, like बहुत ज्यादा है, बहुत सारे हैं. So what do you want to tell this guy?
See again, ऐसा कोई beginner reader होता ही नहीं है. If you are an educated person, a literate person, forget educated.
You have already
If you are
read
a
a lot of
literate
books
person,
already.
you have been reading since childhood. And you go to school, you read WhatsApp jokes,
Yeah.
you read those nonsense comments on YouTube. You are reading. We all are reading. In fact, the amount of reading has increased.
Yeah, right.
सिर्फ है कि content थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया है, थोड़ा unproductive reading हो गया है ज़्यादा.
No, but
So reading
people
has
have
not gone
started
down.
to differentiate ना अमृत. People have started to differentiate reading जो ऐसी books होती है जिसमें हमको सीखने मिलता है, the author books, the one which are outside, non-fiction ones most probably. उसी को reading बोला जाता है, and others who have done masteries in some particular subject, it is not called as reading. I mean, I don't understand why, but how are you going to tell these people like not to differentiate, man? This is one of the same thing. Why it's different?
See, thanks to the disruptive nature of internet, the gamut of reading has expanded. The definition of reading has expanded.
Yeah.
It's no more book in hand style of reading anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If you and I are technology migrants, these 13-year-old kids are technology native.
Yeah.
They are born with a gadget, literally from the mother's womb.
Yeah. They know everything about that single gadget. They know everything that we don't know.
So, so let's try to define a book. Is it really the black ink on the white paper and those papers sandwiched in a cardboard? If that is the real definition of a book, then the most knowledgeable person in this world should have been the Radiwala,
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
I don't. I know I find the most unfortunate person on this planet is the Radiwala.
Radiwala guy.
He has no idea what kind of treasure he is surrounded with. For him, it
Yeah.
is just a stack of papers. So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, what is the real definition, right? Let's try to define a book. For people like you and me, वो definition Radiwala के लिए बराबर है. For people like you and me, a book is just a stupid medium to transfer the great thoughts, ideas, experiences, research from their minds to our minds.
To our minds, yeah.
So how does it matter whether I'm reading a PDF, a message on WhatsApp, which is a 10 tips to increase your productivity?
Yeah.
Whether you are, don't you think watching Steve Jobs interview on YouTube is as good as reading his part of his biography?
Yeah,
तो कुछ
very
उल्टा बोलने
true.
वाला है क्या?
No.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But then, to some extent, there are some pros and cons of everything, right? Okay, physical book has no distraction. Yeah, I can just throw away my mobile, sit on the window pane with a cup of chai and read.
Yeah.
If I'm watching Steve Jobs interview on YouTube, तो उसके बाद वो सनी लियोन आती है और नूरा फतेह के डांस आते हैं, that is the problem. But then, no, that's a different discussion altogether.
Yeah.
I think it's no less than a miracle that I can carry 1,000 books in my pocket.
Yeah.
It's a reader's delight. I can't carry more than 5 books in my bag. Right?
Yeah,
But
right.
1,000 books in my pocket.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's a miracle?
It is.
I think we don't deserve such a miracle.
I do think a book is also a big miracle. The person who have experienced a lot of things in his life for like years and years, and he's jotting it down is just a small book in few pages, and you're learning, I don't know, infinite. You go in the world with that confidence, like, I can also do it because I read that book, that person did it. It's a big miracle to have books also, but I do think that there are people who would be, okay, मेरे को books ज़्यादा पसंद है. I'm not a person who is a tech person जो सिर्फ directly Kindle पे खोल दे या फिर tab ही हो उनके पास या phone ही हो. But it's a great thing for humans that humans made कि वो books हो. अगर तुमको टीवी नहीं पसंद, मोबाइल नहीं पसंद, read books. Be happy with the book reading. And sometimes you really feel lost in it. Like वो literally वो एक magic है कोई book लिखने वाला जो आंखों के सामने वो scenes create करता है. Like actual में Rich Dad Poor Dad का जो रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी है, he has made that 4 quadrants in my life permanently. Like मैं अगर आँख भी खोलूँ तो मेरे को अच्छे से याद रहेंगे. What I stands for, and I want to become that I from that columns. That is amazing. Okay. I want to know what mistakes you have made along the way. I want to modify the question. What is the biggest mistake? For you, it's the biggest mistake of your life.
Thanks for rectifying. Always, this talk would have gone for till 9 o'clock in the
Yeah,
evening.
human is defined by mistakes, right?
See, it is impossible to learn without mistakes.
Yeah.
It is impossible to learn without mistakes. Yeah. So, in fact, we celebrate mistakes in Booklet House.
Yeah.
Forget about punishment. We celebrate because the main responsibility of a leader is to make his subordinates feel safe. Okay? They feel safe when they make mistakes.
Yeah.
And when they feel safe and make mistakes, they will take more risks in the future.
Yeah.
And where there is risk, there is a probability of innovation and ideas.
True. Very
Right?
true.
So, my own mistakes when I started the journey, first 2 years, it was all about app downloads. I want to go out and change the world and make everybody read. Be very honest. Booklet app was a bunch of code,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to delegate the process of summarizing to a team.
Okay.
That would have been the biggest failure
Mm-hmm.
as Booklet Guy. It's
Okay.
like asking somebody to exercise on my behalf to lose weight. That is
Right.
foolish, right? This is the only task I will never delegate because it is my own growth,
Yeah.
and as a byproduct, it is your growth,
Yeah.
isn't it?
True.
It's not that I am reading separately for myself and I am reading different book for you. It's
Mm-hmm.
all in the same. Life is one integral whole,
Yeah.
right?
True.
I can't be right in one department of life
Mm-hmm.
while being wrong in another area of life,
Mm-hmm.
right? I read this
Right.
in a book by Stephen Covey, The Eighth Habit.
Mm-hmm.
We all know the 7 habits, but there is a book called The Eighth Habit,
Okay.
and he says that life is one integral whole.
Mm-hmm.
A CEO in a renowned company
Mm-hmm.
who is cheating on his wife
Yeah.
at home will also not be sought as a good leader in office. You
Obviously.
can't be right in one area
Mm-hmm.
while being wrong in the other area.
True.
Life is one integral whole. And when I realized this, that the journey is not outward, the journey is inward.
Yeah.
I don't have to go and preach,
Mhm.
read karo, read karo, read karo. I have to work on myself,
Very first.
right? and I decided to become one of those rare, voracious readers in the world
Mm-hmm.
who has read 1,850 books till now, and then people get inspired through his actions,
Mhm.
not through his words,
Right.
right? And then I started working on my body.
Mm-hmm.
That I was overweight by 15 kg. I started my fitness journey,
Mm-hmm.
and then our actions start speaking, and that is. And then I stopped talking about Booklet app.
Yeah.
In fact, we are talking for last 30 minutes.
Mhm.
How many times did I utter the word Booklet app? And how many times I talk about reading
Not at
habits and
all.
books? Yeah.
It's about
So
the mission.
people come to you. Yeah. Thank God I realized this mistake at a very early stage.
Yeah.
And now people come to you for why you do, not for what you do.
True that.
The why should be very strong. And my why is my strong belief
Mhm.
that if I'm not reading,
Mhm.
I'm not changing. And
Right.
if I'm not changing, I am not growing.
Obviously.
And hence I have a dream that one day India will be known as a nation of readers on the world map.
I'm
And
waiting for
going to
that
make
day.
it come true.
देयर आर पीपल मैं उनको बोलती हूँ कि यार ये बुक पढ़ो लिटरली दिमाग घूम जाएगा यार पढ़ो आई हैव बीन टेलिंग टू वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स लाइक पढ़ 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 दिमाग खुल जाएगा बिकॉज शी इज इनटू अ जॉब एंड शी इज लाइक टोटली into it and she is saying like hard work is everything but giving your hours where you're not at all interested in it is not going to give you happiness anyways you're just giving your time and energy in it but what about your emotions what about your इंटरेस्ट बेसिकली विच इज गोइंग अवे तो जब मैं ऐसा बोलती हूँ ना कि भाई बुक पढ़ो क्या बोरिंग है यार बुक का कीड़ा बन गई है क्या लग गया तेरे को इतने दिन से सिर्फ बुक 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 कर रही है एंड आई फील लाइक सो सैड फॉर देम दैट दे आर नॉट knowing what magic they are like lacking behind they have that magic in their house itself उसके डैड के पास एक बहुत बड़ा लाइब्रेरी है full of books and she is the one she is not a reader I feel so bad for her I took few books from her house and kept it in mind so that it will help me. But yes, I do understand like telling about app is not the motto. Main thing is make India read is the main mission. So talking about books and talking about the knowledge that you are getting from these people is the main mission. It's the main focus right away. Okay.
And breaking the old image of a reader.
Yeah, that is more important.
Typically, reader is a geek.
Yeah.
With those thick glasses and bald और बड़ा पेट है and grey hair रहेगा.
Yeah.
I'm here to break that stereotype image. Reading is also cool.
It is cool. I think it is the only coolest thing you could do in your life.
If Badshah's raps and Netflix thrillers are cool, then reading is also cool. True. It's also cool to read a book while traveling in local train. It's cool to read a book while on the bus stop.
Yeah.
So I'm trying this. It's cool. A reader can also have six-pack abs.
Obviously, why not? I think people know you also like in that sense. A booklet guy with six-pack abs.
Yeah. I mean, I learned from books. So the $1 Million Habits written by Brian Tracy. He's also well known for Eat That Frog.
Yeah.
And so there are five priorities in life, like career, relationship, health, and wealth or money. And typically, when I was in stock market, the order was first wealth, then
Yeah.
career, then
Then
relationship,
health.
and then health. And when I read these books, that was a shock of my life. The most successful people in the world have this order exactly the
Opposite.
reverse. Health is the most important priority for them, tops the priority list. Whenever, no, when I talk about successful people, I do not mean only the businessmen or the billionaires. It could be world-class athlete or a spiritual guru or an artist. They all are equally successful for me.
Yeah.
And when they meet to each other, they always talk about health. अच्छा ये कीटो डाइट क्या होता है? अच्छा प्लांट प्रोटीन अच्छा है या एनिमल प्रोटीन अच्छा है? Okay, what is this veganism?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the carbs? What are carbs? What is complex carbs? What is simple carbs? What is CrossFit? What is calisthenics?
Yeah.
What is functional training? When we talk all of these things, you get to know what's on the top of the mind has to be on the tip of the tongue,
Yeah.
and then it gets into action. And gradually, the order reversed. And for me now, my top priority is health. Even about relationships. I will be surprised why. Why about relationships? Because if I keep falling sick, people around me, the near and dear ones, will get frustrated.
Obviously.
बार बार इसको मलेरिया होता है, बार बार सर्दी खांसी होती है, बार बार हॉस्पिटल में जाता है. Right? Now, inshallah, by God's grace, I have not fallen sick for almost 2.5 years.
Wow.
Because my diet is very healthy. I am not a single day. I exercise only 7 days a week.
Okay.
Rest of the days I become lazy.
Okay. That's nice. There is one person,
So I
her
think
name is, the account name is really awesome. Choosing her yourself. Okay, she says, hey guys, could you please recommend some books to get the clarity on what can we start on our own if one wants to get rid of a job? Okay,
wow,
nice.
very very interesting question. I can recommend two books right now.
Okay.
One is How to Find Fulfilling Work.
Okay.
Very interesting. I just summarized it 4 weeks ago on Booklet Guy. How to find fulfilling work. And second is The Company of One
Okay.
by Paul Jarvis. The Company of One. Okay. And one line I learned from it: growth is not about getting bigger; it's about getting better.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not about increasing the app downloads or increasing the followers on social media. It's about whether the Booklet app is 1% better than it was 1 month ago.
Yeah.
Did I do one push-up extra than what I did yesterday on the terrace?
Right.
Did I learn one big idea than what I learned from the books till yesterday?
Yeah.
Right? So it's always, there is comparison, but the comparison is with your own past performance, not with the external world.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned. So Company of One and How to Find Fulfilling Work will give you all the answers that if you are in a terrible job and you're not finding a strong reason to quit, because we have so many reasons now, EMIs and parent pressure and non-supporting husband or wife
A lot.
and children. These are all, when people give कि हमको तो responsibilities है, तो
Yeah.
जिन्होंने रिस्क लिया, शाहरुख खान ने रिस्क लिया, तो उनको कोई responsibility नहीं थी क्या? So
Obviously.
you're insulting them, right? Shah Rukh Khan had lost his mom, dad recently when he came to Mumbai. He had a mentally ill sister. Still, he could have said, ना, okay, ठीक है, तो अभी मैं ICICI बैंक में जॉब ढूंढता हूँ, ये हीरो बनने का ख्वाब छोड़ देता हूँ. But no, he stick to his passion, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he did not care for his sister. Is it so?
No.
आज तो उसको पैर पकड़ती होगी, अरे अच्छा हुआ तूने जॉब नहीं लिया, you went by your passion, right?
Right. It's awesome. I think she's helped. I guess her answer has come. Okay, she got to know the two books' names. Happy. Okay. Okay, so if there is a person who says कि हाँ मेरे को बुक पढ़ना नहीं आता है या फिर मैंने कभी जिंदगी में नहीं पढ़ा और मुझे पढ़ना है और मुझे इम्प्रूव होना है, so what should he go for? Like कैसे करना चाहिए? How should he initiate?
Exactly. उसी का तो बीड़ा उठाया मैंने. That's where Booklet Guy comes in. Right? I'm actually for non-readers.
Yeah.
I'm not for voracious readers.
Yeah.
Voracious readers say तेरे summary नहीं चाहिए हमको. We just need recommendation and we'll get the book anyway and read it.
Right.
I am Booklet Guy is for those people who know the power of reading habit. They understand reading is important, but somehow it's never a top priority.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the most important things in life are never urgent. Never urgent. Yeah. Oh, मुझे urgent काम आ गया, मुझे वोडाफोन का बिल भरना है. It's always urgent, but do you think it is ever important? Yeah. Would you like to be said on your funeral? अरे डॉक्टर जूही ना पूरी जिंदगी सब बिल्स टाइम पे करती थी. Yeah, she was a great person. Would you like to hear this?
No, that is
No.
so you.
That means it's never important,
No.
but it's always urgent.
Yeah.
Right? But family time, reading, meditation, exercise, long-term thinking, self-reflection, they're the most important things in life, but never urgent. कभी आप नहीं सुनोगे अरे मुझे अर्जेंट काम याद है मुझे जिम जाना है. Never. ये करूंगा फिर जाऊंगा फिर कल जाऊंगा और कल
हो जाएगा छोड़ दिया.
So I'm here to prioritize your reading and make books and reading a little more easy to access. Okay? There are so many ways. You don't have to buy the book immediately and take the risk of ending up a book which you don't like. People like me, where okay, you read the summary for free. I'm doing it for free for the same reason. Okay, you don't want to read, you listen while cooking, while jogging, while commuting in train, bus, and listen to 10 summaries. If you like one of them, you end up buying the book to dig deeper into the insights of the author.
Yeah.
You have TED Talks, you have, all the authors come on YouTube and brief about their ideas. There are so many ways, right?
Right.
So, and then you judge the book and then you end up buying it. And buy bhi kyun karna hai, bhai? In the lockdown, I desperately wanted a book called Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari.
I'm reading that right now.
Oh wow, wonderful. So I just put a message on WhatsApp status. So there is a new feature called status, where the message remains for 24 hours and it can be seen by all your contacts. So मैंने डाला, I'm looking for this book. Can anybody help me? Within 48 hours, the book was in my hand.
Wow.
2 copies.
Wow.
So everything is there around you in the radius of 5-10 kilometers.
Yeah.
And these are some awesome tools with us. और हम क्या करते हैं? घर पे वो बटाटा वड़ा बना तो उसका फोटो डालेंगे.
Oh my
WhatsApp
God.
status पे और so this is all unproductive. उससे बस हमारे कैलोरीज बढ़ेंगे और सामने वाले का सलाइवा बढ़ेगा.
Right. There is this one person, Shaz SK0, I don't know how to read this, but he says, can you please suggest books on how to find our purpose and passion of life?
Passion Paradox, a wonderful book, again done in Booklet app. See, we think that passion means doing something that excites you.
Yeah.
Do something that you love to do. But surprisingly, that's a wrong meaning of passion.
Okay.
Passion, the original word passion comes from the Latin word called pati. Pati, which means suffering.
Oh, really?
It's suffering. Yes. I was surprised. I was similarly surprised when I learned this. I'll tell you how the word passion evolved over a period of 100 years. See, anything new, any new task when you try to start this podcast channel, it was very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable initially. Kya ye mic ka kaisa hota hai? Acha ye lights kaise rehte? You had no idea. It made you feel so uncomfortable, right? And then gradually when you kept on working on it, now you started enjoying it because it has become easier. You have a sense of control over it. That's exactly what passion is all about. Initially it's suffering, but if you keep suffering, then you gain a sense of control over it and then you enjoy. So, we think that mastery comes from passion. No, it's the other way around. Passion comes from mastery.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Sachin did not hit a 6 on the first stroke of his life.
Yeah.
He struggled. उसने कोच के गालियां खाई होंगी, अरे क्या होता है, बैट कैसे पकड़ते हैं, right? And now, today the world calls him as a passionate cricketer.
Yeah.
It's not the other way in that he had passion for cricket and now he's a master blaster. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay?
True that.
He did all those uncomfortable things and we call him as a passionate cricketer today.
Yeah, true that.
Similarly, even I initially reading was very tough. I was a slow reader. When I worked on my reading skills, I increased my reading speed. The normal reading speed is 150 to 200 words per minute. I have increased to 1,200 words per minute. So I can easily read one book a day.
Wow.
Now that suffering has helped me to enjoy books more now.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Remember the driving, the first day of your driving was बाप रे, मुझे क्लच भी संभालना है, मुझे गियर भी
Done
संभालना है,
scared.
स्टीयरिंग, हॉर्न. मैं तो डर के मारे में को खिड़की भी नीचे रखता था कि नहीं वो खिड़की बंद करूंगा तो एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा. तो टुडे आफ्टर 10 years of driving,
Yeah.
एक हाथ स्टीयरिंग पे, एक हाथ इधर, एफएम चल रहा है, पता नहीं अंदर वो नीचे पैर अपने आप सब हिल रहे हैं क्लच पे और ब्रेक पे. That's what.
Yeah. True. That is really
So
right.
that's the real meaning of it. So if this is true, then what you do doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You anyway have to suffer initially and stick to it. So have faith in the trajectory and later on you start enjoying it.
So that's how you master when you suffer. Basically, whatever you choose, you have to suffer in that first. That is going to teach you how to get a master in it, right? Awesome.
Right.
Okay, so can you tell me what was the biggest challenge in this application phenomena? Like you have started the application, it has been running for many years now. I'm sure you might have come across with some problems, some glitches. So what is the main biggest challenge for you in that?
The challenge was there was a lack of value system initially. As I said, I was obsessed of numbers. I was obsessed of external certification, name, fame. Gradually, as I kept on reading book after book, biographies of great world leaders, I realized ना ये कोई product बेच रहे हैं. Mahatma Gandhi did not sell anything.
No.
Swami Vivekananda did not produce anything.
No.
And yet, millions of people are still following them 100 years after their death.
Yeah.
I mean, if today Mahatma Gandhi was alive, his Twitter handle would have crashed because of overflowing followers.
Followers, right?
So I decided to take big role models. There is no problem in taking small role models. एक अच्छा YouTuber है, उसके 1 लाख followers है, उसको role models दो. But I say, given an option, why not take the biggest role model of the world?
Yeah.
The world leaders like Barack Obama, Martin Luther King Jr., Swami Vivekananda, Dr. Kalam, Mother Teresa. There are so many.
Yeah.
And then I found those common threads amongst these. And the most common thing was their values.
Yeah.
And by values, I do not mean those set of values which were taught to us in Bal Bharati text. Courage, freedom, loyalty, honesty, integrity. These are OB values,
Yeah.
but you can also create your own set of values.
Yeah.
I have my personal set of value. To cultivate reading habit is a value,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
It's a value, right?
Right.
And then I realized that I don't have to work hard on the design of the app, वो coding वगैरह ठीक है, वो important है. That will be taken care of by my IT team. I'm a non-IT guy.
Yeah.
I'm a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
What I have to take care is to protect my values and see how when your values are very clear, it helps you to take decisions easily.
Yeah.
I'll give you a very good example. So I was very determined to make India read. Ultimate है कि पढ़ना चाहिए, बुक्स पढ़ना चाहिए, कौन से पढ़ रहे हो, कहाँ पढ़ रहे हो, बुकलेट ऐप पढ़ रहे हो या नहीं, समरी पढ़ रहे हो, it doesn't matter. You just have to keep reading. Yeah.
Right.
And then later on my job is done. वो अपने आप उसको समझ में आ जाएगा कि how important reading is.
Yeah.
And I was walking in a shopping mall and I saw an offer, buy one get one free. Now see, I told you, drawing inspiration from things which are no way related to your field.
Yeah.
Our previous discussion at the initial stage. And I thought अभी typically app में क्या होता है? You read 4-5 summaries and then for a new one you have to pay a premium model.
Yeah.
Where you have to pay 250 rupees a month and you will get more books.
Yeah.
मेरे दिमाग में आया ही नहीं.
Okay.
मेरे ये ख्याल ही नहीं आया. I said buy one and get one free. How about read one and get one? Only if you read the existing summary in your mobile app, you will be eligible to download a new booklet of your choice. And one. There is no limit. Right? And it has worked so wonderfully. People get hooked because now you are investing some effort and pulling the summary from me. I'm not pushing it.
Yeah.
So suddenly the value for that new summary is much more because it is scarcely available to you.
Yeah.
To see how your values act as a guidepost, as an anchor to take better decisions. Yeah. There was one more experience, very interesting. So I realized that many people listen to booklet because reading, although it is not a physical activity, it requires little bit of willpower.
Yeah.
So if you are physically and mentally drained after working hard in your office and you are coming back home in train, Ola, bus, you are tired.
Yeah, yeah.
And then reading even a summary on mobile app takes little bit of willpower. So that's why most of the people were listening to my audio summary.
Yeah.
Then I realized कि ट्रेन जब फास्ट होती है ना चलती है तो नेटवर्क irregular हो जाता है
हाँ.
and that gave me the idea of bringing that offline mode of audio summaries.
Yeah.
Now see, my values are very strong, and I gave up all the huge opportunities of streaming ads. I could have made lakhs of rupees, but no. What is important is listening to the summary while the train is running very fast. Network is irregular. Reading is more important than ads,
Right.
and I gave up all those opportunities.
Wow. So effective. I mean, whatever you do, you have to be effective and 100% surround all of the circumstances. And you have to keep thinking also about it. Like, बना दिया तो छोड़ दिया ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. You have to make that improvements. You have to think about those people and that community who is listening to you, right? And I'm so happy that they are so lucky to have this booklet app and you're looking after the app and these people very intensely because it is the mission. And I want to know about the mission itself. So, how do you actually accelerate the mission? Like, these were the points, I'm sure. You will accelerate the mission in this way. But are there other ways to accelerate your mission?
Uh, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. No mind. I got the question. Zui, for me, speed is least important thing in life. Just imagine, I want to go from Mumbai to Pune, and I am determined to go at a very high speed. I am to reach in just 2 hours.
Yeah.
Actually, वो 3.5 hours का road है, the Mumbai Express Highway. I want to reach in 2 hours, but I take the wrong route. Now, how foolish is that to drive at a high speed on a wrong route?
Yeah.
Right? So I think we are all obsessed about time management, clock management. But what we need more is a compass, not a clock.
Directions.
So, am I doing the things that I'm doing every day? Are they nicely aligned with my end purpose?
Yeah.
I did this exercise 4 years ago. I learned this in a book called it was Eat That Frog, again by Brian Tracy. So what you do is point A is the place where you are today, and point B is where you want to go, your dream, your goal, your destination. And now what is the shortest distance between A and B? A straight line. Okay, so you draw a straight line between you and your success or your achievement. Right? And then for every activity that you do, it could be chatting on WhatsApp, it could be making summary for India, it could be talking to you right now is also an activity. And then just ask yourself, is the activity that I did just now falls on the line which will take me one step towards my goal? If yes, put the dot on the line. If no, put the dot outside the line.
Yeah.
And you know what? 5 years ago, 80% of the dots fell outside the line. And I felt so ashamed. I felt like a tight slap on my face. What am I doing? And then we complain, "Arey, success is not coming, success is not coming. How will it come?" We are just lost outside the line.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not how fast you do or how much more you do in less time. It's about imperfect task or unimportant task done perfectly doesn't make it important. Right?
Right.
So what you do and how do you practice, not all tasks are equally important.
Yeah.
तो कौन सा वाला पहले करना चाहिए, कौन सा वाला procrastinate करना चाहिए. There is something called creative procrastination.
Yeah.
I deliberately procrastinate something. We all love shopping, but we don't procrastinate shopping.
Not at all. No, I wouldn't.
Right? That has to be procrastinated.
Yeah.
Things like uncomfortable things should be done first. And that's why the name of the book, Eat That Frog.
Yeah.
The most ugly thing you have to do as the first thing of the day.
Yeah. So whatever scares you, do that first.
Yes. And then you'll never have an unproductive day.
Yeah. So this actually is connected to the journey of mine also. Like I started this show and Obviously, I have a straight line for me. And sometimes I get.
Continue.
Hello, can you hear me?
Julie, something went wrong with your voice. The texture of the voice changed suddenly.
Okay. Now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same like before. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm connected in this way to this phenomena is like ये भी मेरे लिए एक journey है. I also have that dots. I have a straight line to the journey, but sometimes मैं ना इस thought में खो जाती हूँ कि यार जल्दी करना चाहिए क्या? मैं बहुत slow हो रही हूँ क्या? And ये जब मैंने किया है तो इसका कुछ productive मिलेगा क्या? Lot of these questions coming in my mind. So these questions actually stops me to take a step ahead. तो अगर मुझे वो डॉट्स बनाने हैं तो वो डॉट्स बनाने के पहले मैं लॉस्ट हो जाती हूँ बिकॉज आई हैव क्वेश्चंस इन माय हेड इज इट रॉन्ग टू हैव these questions to go forward?
Okay. Has anybody asked this question to Steve Jobs कि तुमने एप्पल इतना बड़ा एम्पायर खड़ा किया, थोड़ा जल्दी करते तो अच्छा रहता?
I think there might be few people who have asked this because they wanted to have that fun with their application.
See, we know the fastest growing technology company in this world till now is Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, Facebook took 10 years to bring IPO to the stock market.
Yeah.
The fastest growing company took 10 years, 1 decade.
Yeah.
तो ये कुछ नहीं है स्पीड वगैरह. Okay, it's never ending. You always want कि ये काम आज ही होना चाहिए. But as I said, you know, prioritizing your schedule is more important than getting more things done.
Yeah.
Yeah, or else you feel overwhelmed. You feel overwhelmed. Nowadays क्या हो रहा है मालूम है? In the name of multitasking, हम while we are working on the Excel sheet, बाजू पे YouTube वीडियो चल रहा है, म्यूजिक चल रहा है, and suddenly we check the email का रिप्लाई किया तो कोई नोटिफिकेशन आया, उसको रिप्लाई दिया, and yes, we are working the whole day, but at the end of the day, मैंने किया क्या? You are never satisfied because everything is half-hearted.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of that, my to-do list is never more than 3 items. Never
Really?
have more than 3 items on your list. Yeah.
Just in front of me, I have a page. It has a lot of activities to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And how many of those are getting completed in a day? You always carry forward. The moment you carry forward an activity, you always have this guilt. No, I did not work hard enough. I'll give you one solution for this. What you do is, there is something called anti-to-do list.
Yeah.
So what you do is, many a times, what happens is, we make a to-do list, but end up doing things which were important, but we did not think about it when we made the to-do list.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
But the problem is, we don't write them down.
Yeah.
और फिर हमको लगता है कि हमने काम किया नहीं. So there is to make 2 parts of the page, to-do list and anti-to-do list. The moment you do something which was not part of your to-do list, write that down. At the end of the day, when you see, oh, I have done many things. ठीक है, it was not part of the to-do list, but मैंने ये काम किया और ये important थे.
I would love to show you.
Of fulfillment. Oh wow, this is like a huge list.
But I give myself ultimatum that कि मुझे at least 5 दिन में करने हैं, and whatever first 5 I have, I'll complete those first. So I'll jot down. I'll tell you what I have jotted down. The first thing that I need to study little about brain today. And I don't know why, because I saw a Netflix series, it was telling about the brains. And I was so fascinated about it, but some or the other way I lost the track of it. तो मुझे भूलना नहीं था. So I noted down here कि हाँ मुझे थोड़ा बहुत brain के बारे में पढ़ना है. Because I'm a medical kind of a person, I always have that urge to क्या हो रहा है, क्या है ये वगैरह वगैरह. Second thing is about how do I need to find a swimming class for me? And there is no tick mark here.
Okay.
So I would say that I want to have that anti-to-do list in my list because these are just to-dos, and sometimes when they are not fulfilled, I feel bad about it and bad about myself, and I feel that I'm not responsible towards my duties that I have to do. So I'll keep that in my mind. I'll have that anti-to-do list also with me. Amazing. Okay, so as you're a very curious reader, I think you might have this question in your head, like, ये सारे के सारे टॉपिक्स मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, that is fine, but are there other topics out there जो कवर होने चाहिए या फिर जो पता नहीं है? Do you really think like that?
I did this mistake when I was in stock market for 8 years. I read more than 300 books only on money, investment, finance, stock market, trading. I think that was a big mistake. You know, I was a specialized guy in a very narrow subject, and hence to rectify that mistake, my habit number 3 in my book is read random. Very very important. Literally read random. But the problem is, intelligent people don't like randomness. Because random is the opposite of logic.
Yeah.
You look at those kids playing. कोई भी खिलौने का part दूसरे खिलौने को लगाते हैं. They play so randomly, right? So reading random is very important. Don't fall in love with a particular category of books. And this is the answer to your question precisely.
Yeah.
That reading random is a very safe way to expose yourself to disparate areas, disparate fields which are nowhere related to your fields.
Yeah.
In fact, nowadays what I've done is I try to expose myself to such books which are talking exactly opposite of my beliefs.
Ah, that eats my brain. Yeah, don't do this to me.
No, this is very very important because I learned from a very very good philosopher called Ido Portal from Israel, and he says that holding two contradictory views in your mind at the same time is a sign of intelligence.
Wow.
Right? It's a sign of intelligence. Or else it immediately refute, ना? अरे तू नॉनवेज नहीं खाता क्या पागल लड़का है तूने क्या लाइफ में किया if I'm a Modi fan, I meet an anti-Modi, I try to fight him and try to convince him.
That's everybody's doing. Yeah, I think they should know.
That will only reinforce his views, and he will. I think it is an apostrophe. Why he hates him so much? It's an opportunity to understand Modi in a different perspective. I may not agree with him, but I can listen to him with a lot of empathy.
Yeah, right? True.
And not try to convince him. That's not my job. Right? So I'm finding it very, very. I'm meeting people who hate books.
Yeah.
Because I learned from Jeff Bezos' biography that while being an expert, yet thinking like a beginner is the superpower of the 21st century.
Wow.
Expertise is the enemy of creativity. Now that I'm into books for last 6 years, there is a high chance that I have become very rigid. And I'm thinking in the same way. Now the best way is to meet people whom I don't like, who hate books, and they will give me some amazing ideas which I never thought of.
Right.
So वो सब चल रहा है अभी.
Amazing. Okay, so I have a question on few topics that I want to. I'm trying to search the content in this or books in this, but I'm not getting, and I hope you have answers for this. The thing is, I wanted to learn more about Constitution and the person behind him. Obviously, behind the Constitution is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. I think he was the only one who actually read a lot, and he has educated himself a lot, which has given a lot of amazing facts where India is having this equality kind of a nature today. Can you tell me few maybe articles or few books related to his journey? And also the second topic is generational traumas or transgenerational traumas, because I think I am picking that topic for my own research purpose. So I need few recommendations from you. How do I need to go into that a little deeper?
Okay. The Disease Called Childhood is a very interesting book which somehow will help you to answer your second question.
Okay.
Disease Called Childhood.
Okay.
And The Lost Connections. Again, both the books are covered in Booklet Guy, which exactly talk about the topics that you kindled.
Yeah.
Coming to Babasaheb Ambedkar and Constitution is more towards academics. So books on political science have covered almost everything. Books of UPSC, MPSC syllabus, it covers Indian Constitution in depth. And so I keep myself away from academic books because they are anyway read and studied by most of the people. So I focus more on the books which are not part of our school and college syllabus. So, but yeah, I would love to do biography of Baba Sahib Ambedkar for sure.
Yeah.
It's in my wish list. It will
Please
come soon on.
do tell me. I think he is the most amazing human who who have brought a lot of change in India, and I was so
He
curious
was a
about you.
voracious reader. I mean,
Yes.
Booklet Guy is just 1% of what he has read in his life.
Yeah, I mean, he has done a lot of amazing things, and I want to know his actual journey, what he did, and how he do it, and having that courage to going from one small place to going to different universities, and all of these outer world abroad people, they are having this different image of Baba Sahib Ambedkar, and they tell about him. They tell stories about him, but I don't see Indians talking about him, and I don't like this thing, like people saying like okay, oh, he was Buddhist, that's why we are not interested to know his stories. He was the one who brought the change. So I think through your motto and through your medium, I would love to tell all of these people, you tell all of these people that he is something, he was something, and his journey is also one of the inspiring stories you would ever read. So have that
100%.
exposure to those books, and please do tell me. It'll be really helpful.
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay.
I think these people, the best thing about these people, that the substantial difference that I see in today's leadership and leaders of those time, even if they had disagreements and difference of opinion, they had great amount of respect for each other.
Yeah.
Now, Baba Sahib Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi had many difference of opinions or disagreements. But if you read the letters written to each other, they had so much of respect. They did not take those differences personally.
Yeah.
It was in good interest of India from their own point of view. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose had a different approach to get independence for India than Mahatma Gandhi,
Yeah.
and they were almost opposite. But
Yeah.
look at the letters they have written for each other. You will see that, oh my God, they have so much of respect for each other. I think this is lacking in today's political system and leaders. And okay, there is absolutely fine to have difference of opinion. Two real brothers can think differently,
Yeah.
can have different opinions. हम तो
These
सब
are two
अलग अलग.
different humans, yeah. Yeah, but I do feel bad and sad कि लोग बाकी लोगों का नाम लेते हैं. All of these leaders come in their head, but बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर कहीं नहीं दिखते हैं. But his photos are everywhere in the courtrooms and all of these big political leaders का घर पे. But they don't talk about him. They don't even tell their kids to read little bit about him. And जैसे लोगों को महात्मा गांधी बहुत अच्छे से पता है, as you also told all of these leaders before, but I didn't hear this name. So I got more curious कि अरे इनको क्यों छुपाया जा रहा है, इनके बारे में मुझे जानना है. So it is a big house of books that you have. I thought might be a book which can tell me
Sure.
about Dr. Baba Sahib
Sure.
Ambedkar. So do tell
Sure,
me
very
if you
well.
find
Point
any.
noted.
It'll be a
Point
big
noted.
help. Okay. So what kind of message you want to give to the book readers and the family of the Booklet Guy, and also the Booklet app, sorry, and also the people who are non-readers? What message do you have for these people?
Hmm.
Is it tough?
No. There are too many messages, so I'm
Yeah.
just filtering to only one. Uh, See, everything that you see around you, the most innovative things around you, they were created by people no smarter than you and me.
Yeah.
Okay? Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, they were no smarter than you and me. But they were bolder than you and me.
Yeah.
They knew how to take risks. And you are never 100% prepared to take a risk. You
Right.
think that smartness में बहुत every parent asks, I want my children to become smarter.
Yeah.
No, smart तो Google बना देगा आपको. The technical knowledge ये वो सब Google पे available है.
Yeah.
Look at the great leader Sundar Pichai. Do you think Sundar Pichai is the CEO of Google because he is a better coder than other software engineers in Google? Certainly not.
Yeah.
He's an amazing empathetic person. Today's age is an age of empathy.
Yeah.
Leaders eat last. Leader is like parenting. It's
Yeah.
about parenting, treating your employees like your children,
Yeah.
and think beyond salary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when a boss meets his employee at a coffee vendor machine
Mm-hmm.
and says to her, "So how was your day?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Yeah, good." And before she says good, say, "Okay, what about that email that I sent you? Did you reply to it?"
Mm.
No, he's a bad boss. He did not check her non-verbal communication that
Yeah.
something is wrong at her house. I should inquire more. What happened? Your no was little
Yeah.
suppressed.
Yeah.
I mean, everything okay at home?
Mm-hmm.
हाँ अरे वो थोड़ा सर थोड़ा घर में झगड़े चल रहे हैं. So हाँ it's okay. You take a leave for 2 days. Solve your problem. If you need any help, let me know. This is what we need leadership.
Yeah.
The guy who immediately says about the email is a bad leader.
Amrut, it lacks, but I have been in a job duration because I was lost in my life, and I always knew that being a part of the system is everything. That is life. A system is okay. I'll tell you this in short, and you already know the system. Be born, study, go to college, graduate, do a job, and then die. And I was at the phase of job, and I literally thought that I'm going to die the next. And people were bossing around. They didn't respect my feelings, what I was feeling at that time, and they said a lot of things which was so disturbing, and I was in that phase. And it's really hard to find these kind of leaders who would actually care for you. They are not thinking in a way that you are a part of this company. They're just thinking like तुम यहाँ काम के लिए आए हो. You feel sick, it's your problem. You're not supposed to leave. You have to be here. यहीं सो, सोना है यहीं सो, लेकिन काम करो. I mean, what is this? I was so disturbed. Within a year, I left that place. It was so disturbing for me. Literally. एंड आई हेट दिस कि वो इंडिया में इतना सब कुछ बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हो रहा है. ये चीज तो बहुत अच्छे से होता है.
I
सैड
think
टू
you have
से.
answered your own question. No, I agree. This is omnipresent. But then be the change you wish to see in others.
Yeah.
It is our responsibility as entrepreneurs, to create an environment where people feel safe.
Yeah.
People feel safe to talk something that I don't like. नहीं 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 अमृत ये तुम बोल रहे हो मुझे सही नहीं लग रहा है. This idea is not going to work.
Yeah.
I gave this strength to my friends to talk on the dining table. You know, Amrut, you're wrong, right? I think this is my victory as
Yeah.
a leader. So leadership is not that organization position. Leadership is more to do with an attitude of empathy.
Yeah.
When uh, when uh, when the son says to his mom that please watch your favorite TV channel and hands over the remote to her, and secretly he's sacrificing his favorite cricket match,
Yeah.
he becomes the leader of the house,
Yes.
right? So this is the other. When I am in an alcohol party and I take a stand that no, I want orange juice, I become a leader of the house.
True.
Yeah, and it happened that the other day a guy called me up and I really admire, and I've stopped drinking since that day. That you took a stand for and insisted on orange juice. What we do is we try to fit in, try to
Yeah.
blend in the crowd, just to be like others. But the other advantage of taking a stand is that you become a source of inspiration for others,
Yeah.
and suddenly you become a leader. Right? So taking a stand is very important. I could have easily said नहीं रीडिंग नहीं पढ़ेगी चलेगा बुक्स तुम कुछ और स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी भी अच्छा होता है. No, the fear of pleasing everybody, what will happen is I'll dilute my own identity.
Yeah.
But if we take a stand and stand for one ideology, those people who don't believe in my belief will feel left out
Yeah.
and try to join me. ऐसा
That's
होगा. पर
हाँ.
हम उस चक्कर में हम क्या करते हैं हम सबको एवरीबडी सिंड्रोम के चक्कर में we try to dilute our vocabulary.
Right.
Don't do that.
There is this one person, Hitarth Clinic. I don't know how to say this, but you are so filled with passion, and I love listening to you, Amrut. Ah,
Thank you.
nice.
I hope I don't take the meaning of the real meaning of the passion that is suffering, but the full of suffering.
I think the people who are thinking about the passion, they would have like रुक जाओ भाई, इसमें
I
बहुत
understood.
सफरिंग होगा, पहले सोच लो और सोच लो.
No, no, I
Okay.
don't worry. I took the wrong meaning of the passion, so don't worry about it.
You opened the eyes, yeah. Did a great job. Okay, we have come to the end part, Amrut, and I wanted this amazing time to get acknowledgement from you, to get all of this values that you have told, all of this readings that you have read in your life, and telling this in the sense of a lesson or a chapter. I thought कि 15-20 मिनट में नहीं होगा यार ये. Let's let it go for like an hour or two, because for me it's like a teaching session. You are a teacher and you are telling me ऐसे एकदम free में मिल रहा है तो फिर भाई छोड़ो क्यों? You didn't ask for money, right? So I was not about to lose this opportunity. So we have come to this end part. I always ask this. It is for the talk show itself. I want to have a feedback from you about the talk show, the Legit Talks.
Oh, wow. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you for last 1 hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a $1 million smile. I should admit it. Uh, the legit talk, very interesting. Legit, you mean the abbreviation of legitimate? Am I
Yes.
right?
Every single person
Legit.
is a
Oh,
legit
wow.
person in my life.
Very, very sensible name. Yes, I think partially we have discussed about how to be different from others by taking inspiration from disparate areas, and I'm sure you are going to work on that idea.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I think I've been standing for last 1 hour 15 minutes, and my legs are not paining because that shows that I'm so involved.
Yeah.
I'm so involved in the discussion. And you did give me the list of questions,
Yeah.
which I did not check
Okay.
because it doesn't matter. I like to be spontaneous because a person who is preparing day in, day out doesn't have to prepare separately
Yeah.
for questions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the character is more important than personality.
Yeah.
And but yeah, again, you did not stick to your own questions. You had your own flow, right? And that was expected, and that happened
I like
exactly.
to do that
So
because questions are for you. I mean, I thought you would be keeping account like, अच्छा okay ये है क्या मुझे थोड़े बहुत books तो बताने पड़ेंगे. I thought like that, but मेरा ऐसे ही है random. You said no, randomness.
random. Read random, talk random, eat random.
Be
No, don't eat
random.
random. That would be dangerous. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's convert this into a game
Okay.
for all the viewers who will watch this video even later if you're
Yeah.
not watching live. I'm sure you'll put it on IGTV on YouTube.
Yeah.
You need to mention all the books that I named during the discussion
Wow.
along with the authors, and then I would love to give a surprise to them.
Wow. It will be so awesome. People will like,
Yeah.
okay, क्या नाम था?
Yes.
क्या नाम
Including you.
था? Yeah, I
Including
want to do it.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this. And can you tell me
Yes.
what kind of improvements or corrections I should be doing with this talk show? Should I include something different? What should I do?
Not really. I think you will learn through your own process. Yeah. I don't think there was anything lacking in today's discussion.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can keep experimenting, and
I'm going to.
yeah, you try to have those 8 failed ideas until you find those 2 gems.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your valuable time, Amrut. And I'm really sorry that you stood up for an hour or more.
Yeah, man.
And
Thank
whatever
you.
habits I have, the topic was all aligned to it. So मुझे लग रहा था कि मैं
Yes.
सिर्फ बुक्स के बारे में पूछ रही हूँ, but basically it was all about my life. जो भी मैं कर रही हूँ, it was very helpful for me. And thanks to Varsha who recommended me about you, and the number some or the other way I had to text you, and I had that, I don't know, that courage to text you and ask you like, oh, this guy is actually free for this small talk show that is started. I don't know. I was pretty nervous for this, but really I'm so thankful for your all efforts that you took today, answering these people's questions, answering my questions, and listening to my, I don't know, थोड़ा बहुत अजीब सा जो भी मैंने शेयर किया है. So really sorry for that.
Yeah.
But I would really would love to have you in the next session if there are people who are eagerly waiting to listen to your words, because I got these comments from these people. They said, love listening to Amrut. So I would love to have you again to give
Sure.
people this
Sure.
amazing talk. Yeah?
Why not? Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
I
much,
really
Amrut.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy reading, guys, and please wash your hands. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye. See you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, amazing productive session, guys. I think you have enjoyed it, obviously. And it was not just a normal conversation, it was really a productive conversation. You can have book recommendations that are already here in the video itself. And as he mentioned that let's play a game. So if you're really up to it for the game, so jot down all the book names that he have said here and with the author. Yes, with the author. And he has a big surprise for you guys. So I'm really excited to see you participating in this game and be a book reader again. And there are few followers who are my friends and I don't know if they know this guy or not, but please, I do recommend you to download his app and enjoy this summarized versions of all of these books that you dream of reading or you think of reading or having it with you. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking up. I'm going to come the next time. I don't know when and at what time, but it is going to be notified to you before I go live. Thank you so much, guys, once again, and namaste.